So today we're going to have a look at grinding the high spots off the floor in the new living room. We've got hopefully the boiler coming to be installed early next week, so I want to get all the nasty, horrible, dusty jobs out of the way before the new boiler gets here. I don't want to end up choking it out with all sorts of dust before it even starts. Going to need a few bits of kit for today's job. First and foremost, safety. Nice dust mask with high filtration on it. You know, I like my lungs, I quite like breathing, and can't fix eyes, so you know, keep it protected. Full cover dust suit, stops you getting dust in your own vegetables. A surface grinder with a dust shroud that should attach onto my existing grinders. Got two options here. Got my nice new DeWalt one. It's only a couple of years old. This is fantastic for cutting any sort of nuts and bolts, slices that you need to do in anything. Problem with it is, on the batteries, you get 20 minutes, half an hour per battery. I think a floor this size is going to take me a bit longer than that. I think my best bet is to go onto my trusty old grinder. Now this one, I don't exactly know how old it is. It was my granddad's. We'll see what happens. Oh, the other one we've got as well, dust extractor. It's my old shop vac. This one's been knocking around for years as well. This one should attach nicely to the dust port of the grinding shroud. I'm hoping it reduces some of the dust because, you know, grinding concrete's no fun. Having a look around, it looks like my very first step is tidy up a bit. Right, well, it's not exactly spotless, but it'll do since I'm about to make a whole load of dust. Next job, get the tools together, I reckon. So, straight onto the old boy. Let's have a look at this. So, little quick release collar, that'll fit around, probably there, the collar of the angle grinder. So it would imagine that these need to come off, this needs to come off, whole guard, and it just replaces that lot. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. Right. Not happening with this grinder. So back to the DeWalt. We will see what happens with this one. Hopefully the batteries will last long enough. It's not a massive amount of flooring to do, and I'm only taking off the high spots. I'm not going for a full grind. So we'll see if we can get through it with this one. All right, first test, let's see how it goes. This is my first little lump that I'm going to have a knock at, and we'll just see what happens, basically. I know I haven't got the dust extractor set up yet. I'll do that after. I just want to see what happens, make sure it's all going to work. Well, the lump's gone. So it looks like I'm going to have to be very careful not to dig in, keep it as level as possible. It makes a hell of a lot of dust, so I have to turn that back on again until I'm all kitted up and I've got my dust extractor on. Right, ready to rock. Well, not going too bad so far. As always, when you've sealed yourself inside a room, I've bloody forgotten something. Hoover bags. Also, don't forget to check before you start that your bloody Hoover bag's attached inside, otherwise you end up with a completely and utterly cacked up filter and a bucket full of shit. Excellent. So battery wise, we're actually not doing too bad. I've just swapped over my first battery. I've been going probably 20 minutes or so, but it looks like I've covered about a third of the floor. So within an hour or two, this should all be done. Wow, that's a beauty, look at this. That's a big boy. Okay, we'll leave him in peace. Yeah, so it looks like it's only going to take me about an hour to get this whole floor done. The high spots are knocking off really quite nice and easy. You've got to be bloody careful that you keep your grinder flat. Any sort of movement, like tip it to the front, it cuts grooves. Tip it to the back, it cuts grooves. Keep it absolutely flat and just floating on the surface, beautiful. Right, that looks like we've had a decent day's graft. This little beastie, buff, brill, absolutely brill. Cost me a whopping 30 quid. Angle grinder's paid for itself. It's a couple of years old now. It's done plenty of jobs to be worth its weight in gold. Yeah, so 30 quid, 3 hours, and my floor is smooth. Okay, there's a couple of little lips and ridges in it still, but they're only millimetre, 2 millimetres, something like that. And it isn't anything that's going to cause us any problems later on. I'll stick a straight edge over it and find out, just make sure it is level and flat. And yeah, we'll see what happens next. So, this one, if I've got a contractor in for it, you'd be paying minimum 250, 300 quid for the day. If I went and hired myself one of those really nice big floor grinders, buff, it'd have got through it in no time. It'd have been like a mirror finish when I was done. By the time you've got the grinder, the transformer, the bloody insurance that you need, all the rest of it, yeah, we're pushing £200 for a day. So, all up, 30 quid, 3 hours work. It's not rocket science. It's, yeah, I mean, it is dead easy to control this thing. Basically, keep it flat. Your best bet, don't push down on the head. Found that one out fairly soon. If you push down, it digs in. All you're doing is basically balancing it on the back and gliding it over the surface. Don't push down at all, and it takes all the high spots off. Well impressed. 30 quid, job done. Yeah, nice saving, good quality work, piece of piss. So with my floor all ground down and ready to go, we're on to the next job. Next one, over here is still the original single skin garage wall. So we've got no insulation in that one at all, just a single skin of block with the render on the outside. I've got to leave a, 50mm air gap, 100mm of insulation, and then plasterboards on the inside. In here, as I mentioned in the first video, we're going to have the toilet down the bottom and the boiler up the top. Now hopefully I've got my boiler guy coming in next week, so I could do with getting the insulation and bit of framework in there so the boiler's ready to hang up. Yeah, hopefully by next Tuesday we'll all be ready to go. Ooh, my next project, have a look at the next clip. And my next big project is one that I'm really looking forward to. Never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. Good job, there's a lot of YouTube tutorials out there. Wish me luck. All there is left to say is the bit that the kids would never forgive me if I left out. So don't forget, smash that like button and click here to subscribe for more DANarchy Builds news. Thank you.